What's going on, people? Welcome to United View and welcome to the preview for our game on Monday night at Selhurst Park. Under the lights against Crystal Palace FC. Big game. 4 games left of the season. We remain in 6th place, just hanging on by a thread. However, actually, by the time of this actually going out, Newcastle would have played, actually.
Things would have changed,
so
perhaps. Yeah, things would have changed.
Yeah, we could. I mean, when's Chelsea's next game as well? Is that on Sunday?
I think they play Sunday, considering they played Thursday, so they're on the Thursday Sunday situation.
Yeah, Sunday against West Ham. So a couple of teams could be above us by that. Could Chelsea be above us if they win? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they can.
Well, you got to take care of yourself, Flex, haven't you? You got to take care of yourself. Something Manchester United haven't been doing too much this season, taking care of themselves. This is going to be, honestly, a really difficult game. Crystal Palace and Glasner starting to play some nice stuff. He's a manager with a pretty strong reputation as well. Of course, Europa League winner with Frankfurt and getting his ideas across pretty quickly, isn't he? They've had some good performances against some good teams as well recently. As far as Manchester United, though, Flex, we could have some returns, perhaps, and shockingly, we could have some people missing. I know, you'll be shocked by that news, but I suppose it's who could be missing is very shocking. Could we see a rarity, Bruno Fernandes miss a Premier League game, a Manchester United game through injury? I mean,
he'll be there.
You think he's going to be there? I mean, Eric Ten Hag, at the time of recording this, he spoke to the club media today, and he was saying, no, like he's a big doubt. That's what he said. And he says, I regret to report he's a big doubt. He did say in the press that, it's Bruno. So you never know.
Said he's a big doubt against Sheffield United, didn't he? Same thing.
But here's an interesting one. If he doesn't, let's say he doesn't make it, are we then likely to see Mason Mount playing the 10 for Manchester United?
No. He'd play. He'd bring in Eriksen again, and McTominay's injured as well.
McTominay might not make it. He's a doubt as well. And Mason Mount's just come back. Mason Mount's just come back from injury. Last couple of games, went on the bench.
Yeah, so it's mad, but he'd play Mason Mount over Ahmad in the 10, definitely.
Yeah.
And if only if McTominay's not there, because Mason Mount's been so unfit, like not fit. He's just brought him on here or there. It's almost like he wants to wrap him in cotton wool, even when he has been fit, because he's had so many problems. He just brings him on for against Brentford, brought him on near the end, but he actually did score. Against Chelsea, brought him on near the end, played well, but we capitulated. Brought him on in the end for 4 minutes against bloody Burnley, was it? And we were like, what's that going to do?
I think so, yeah.
So it's very, very minimal substitute appearances. So he'll be reluctant to start him. But if McTominay's not there, then he would have to, wouldn't he, really? And Bruno's not there. He ain't going to play Ahmad off the bat in the 10. He'd probably play a 4-3-3 or put Mason Mount in the 10.
He's had a couple of weeks of training, though.
Exactly. So I'd love to see it. I just know not to get my hopes up, because Eric always doesn't start him, or Mason gets injured.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the problem is, and this has been a problem for United all season as well, hasn't it? And he has mentioned this, that with these injuries, but they want to ease people back in, but then other people get injured, so they're forced to put them back in. Then they get injured. Then the other people come back, like it's this constant revolving door. But speaking of those people coming back, Johnny Evans might be back as well. He's been back in training too. So maybe it's the end for Casemiro at centre back. Maybe he moves back in midfield, and maybe
I don't want to see him having to play centre back there, mate.
Maybe it's the perfect time as well, because well, one, Cobby might need a midfield partner. There's not many. There's not many that are available. So it might have to be Casemiro back in midfield, and then maybe Mount or like I said, Ahmad goes in the 10. But it is wild, isn't it? And I'm a big Johnny Evans fan. I've said if he wants to stick around, give him another year on his contract, because I think he's been excellent. But it's just wild, isn't it? That would be looking at Johnny Evans, Harry Maguire, centre back away at Selhurst Park. They've got pace, they've got power. Who's their centre forwards? They've got a centre forward. Mateta. He's a big guy. Really well. He is a big guy.
And he was rubbish for so long, but now what's the manager's name again? Areola. No, that's the Bournemouth manager. Glasner, sorry. He's starting to get a tune out of them, and he has these sort of wing backs that that are now starting to go forward, and he's got 2 just behind the striker, which they're like hybrid wingers. So off the ball, they'll sort of tuck into a 3-5, like a 5-3-2. But then when they have the ball, Mateta will be up front by himself, and then Eze and Elise from each side will join in, but they're kind of playing as like 2 10s just behind him, in like a 3-4-2-1. So
Mm.
it's with like Mitchell bombing on and Munoz.
And he really occupies the centre backs. When they played Liverpool at Anfield, he gave those centre backs a proper go because
Proper.
again, he's a big guy, he's a
Yeah.
big unit, occupies
He's
him. He's
finally
strong, he's
using
powerful.
that strength.
It's just not the best finisher in the world. That's his thing. But I watched him play against Liverpool at Anfield, and I know Liverpool have been stuttering a little bit recently. But I was really impressed by them, and he has done a fantastic job. And make
And
no
against
mistake,
Newcastle, mate.
yeah,
Good too.
absolutely. Make no mistake. That's going to be, like a couple of seasons ago, it was like, you got to go to Selhurst Park. That's not a good one. And
It was
then
a bit like that again.
towards the end under Roy, it was like, pick up points against Crystal Palace. I know we didn't earlier on this season, but still you go, but now, look, they're back and they're firing, they're going. Of course, Elise might be him playing against his future club. Of course, there's been links for him to Manchester United this week as well. Do you think he'll be out to impress possibly the decision makers?
Just be out to do what he just does, isn't it? Like he's a kid, he just never really changes as he plays, does he? His face stays the same, nothing phases him. We'll just be in big trouble because he's good. Eze didn't play in the last game. I hope he ain't playing this game as well. Don't know if he's back. I haven't seen their team news, but if he's back as well, I mean, he's just a joke of a player, really, isn't he? The way he takes the ball, the way he gets on the half turn. And what really worries me about this game as well is the fact that the amount of spaces and chances that we concede, right, is alarming at the best of time. But if you've got players like Elise who can open you up and find a pass, if you've got players who can travel with the ball well, like Eze, and you give him too much space to run to, and then you add in Adam Wharton, who's done really well since coming in from Blackburn. What a player he looks, by the way, really good, left-footed, passes between the lines, can find space. If we give those sorts of opportunities and play that open against them,
it's gonna be a tough game.
This version of Crystal Palace, exactly, you're in trouble.
It's going to be a tough game. We also know that Rashford, of course, is set to miss out. He's still not recovered from the injury against Coventry. So I suppose very quickly, Flex, what's your predicted team lineup and also your predicted score line as well?
Predicted team lineup. I'm going to go obviously Onana, Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
There's no Martinez back yet, or sure. No. Wan-Bissaka. I'll go with Maguire and
I think Evans. I think he would.
Yeah. Evans and Maguire, Dalot left back. And then he'll go Casemiro, Ericsson. I don't think Scott's going to make it. Oh, yeah. Casemiro, Ericsson, Cobby. Ericsson in the 10.
I don't think he goes.
Casemiro goes back. I think he starts Mount, not fit. He ain't played in ages. He ain't starting Mount.
Actually, scrap that. Casemiro, Cobby, Bruno Fernandes. He'll play. I'm telling you. They said he won't play available.
He's playing. And then the front three will be Garnacho on the left, Anthony on the right, and Rasmus up front.
Anthony makes it in. I mean, he did score in the last game.
Yeah, and he ain't going to play. He ain't going to play Ahmad on the right, is he?
No.
So yeah.
He's going to play him against Sheffield United or Burnley at home. He ain't playing on Crystal Palace away. Unless his thing is like, well, maybe on the break he might do that. But I think he'll bring him on. I think he likes to bring him on off the bench. So
Ahmad.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Ahmad's not starting, and neither's Mason Mount. You want me to be honest with my prediction?
Go on.
We ain't winning. I don't think we're winning this. Not for me. Not for me, mate. I don't fancy this at all.
What do you fancy then?
We always don't go over loss, do we?
No.
But you'll be seeing straight through my face with what I look like or what I think. So I'm gonna go draw. But I fear this is a loss.
Well, obviously you always predict Manchester United win, so I'll go with that 3-2. Or possibly 4-3, because that's what Manchester United do. But I do feel like this could be a bit like when we played Bournemouth away from home. I think it could be a 2-2, and coming out of the game, they could be a bit like, how did we not win that game? And we go, we weren't very good, but we scored goals. The unfortunate thing is, recently, we've required Bruno Fernandes to score those goals, and if he's not playing, I don't know who's going to score those goals.
I can't even see the lineup to actually go with fully what I think, but yeah, I don't fancy this at all, and I don't think there's any way that it's a routine win, put it that way. Don't think that is.
No, but if we
'Cause we never do that
if we
anyway.
win, if we win, it's not going to be routine. But that's against
No.
anyone, so
Yeah.
it's not a problem.
Yeah. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let us know what you guys think, predicted lineup, and your prediction for the game as well. We'll see you there at the studio at UVHQ. I will be there. There'll be a road trip up as well tomorrow. So make sure you check that out as well on your bank holiday when you're just chilling tomorrow, not doing anything, relaxing while we're working, putting ourselves through this.
It's not even work.
Anyway, it's not even work. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.